human souls are immortal. So what does this mean according to theology and the church? This is translated from a Greek article. Of course, the only one who can answer this question is Christian theology, the church that encompasses the truth. The Bible, the Holy Bible, says it clearly. What gives immeasurable value to man is the immortal soul. And thanks to what was named the human king of creation, the child of God, destined to live in eternity and inherit the kingdom of heaven. Matthew 26, the Lord spoke of this soul, the worthless treasure, that is the unestimated treasure, it is unlimited treasure, and said, "What is a man profited if he gain the whole world but lose his own soul?" End quote. The Bible's reference to the immortality of the soul and the afterlife are innumerable. We think it's enough to see that the last book of the Bible, the Revelation, says about this subject, quote, "I saw under the heavenly altar the souls of those who had been slaughtered for the word of God and faith in Christ. Each one was given these white robes, and they were told to rest for a while until their servants on earth and their brethren were about to be killed just as they were." Revelation 11. It is clear that it refers to living souls and full consciousness, living and communicating with one another. Similar truths are expressed by the fathers of the church. The soul, according to Saint Athanasius the Great, is self-contained and motorized. It moves the body, and it does not move by any other force. Therefore, since the soul moves on its own, and after it's released from the body, it can move with its own forces, because it is not the soul that dies, but because it departs the body dies. If the physical body dissolves after its separation of the soul, it is not the same for the spiritual nature of the soul. The soul keeps living. The teaching of Christianity is clear. What else does Christ promise to the repentant robber on the cross testify? Quote, "Today you are in the middle of paradise," end quote. It connects one life with another without any intermediary. The robber asked the Lord to remember him, and Christ gives him a place with him in paradise. And he lends it not to the distant future, but to the immediate present, today before the sun goes down. So the soul is of the believer, right after the event, is transferred to a place where Christ is. And all this with full consciousness and alertness. How else would we interpret the Apostle Paul's wish, quote, "I desire to die and be with Christ," end quote. Philippians 2:23. This direct communication and communication of souls with Christ, the communion and communication of souls with Christ, is for them a source of joy, peace, and rest. They foretell spiritual goods until the bodies are indestructible in order to coexist. Quote, "One eye did not see and one did not hear, neither did one go up to the heart of a man," end quote. 1 Corinthians 2:9. They are therefore far from Christian teaching, those who think that souls wear out or disappear or sleep or are drugged or transformed after the outbreak. Souls, even after the death of the body, continue to live, feel, know, and recognize with complete self-awareness, as we read in the Holy Bible. I'll leave a link below for you for this on Diadrastika. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.